Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Atikah binti Abdullah Azizi. Today I want to present about my industrial training at Toyota Tires Malaysia. I was assigned in Technical Development Department and Compound Development Department. On May 8, 2013, Toyota Tires and Rubber Co. Limited Chairman Mr. Kenji Nakakura officiated the Toyota Tires Malaysia factory completion ceremony. It occupied an area 148 acres. The manufacturing plant of TTM is located in kawasan perindustrian Kamunti Raya, Kamunti, Taiping in the state of Perak. TTM produce tyre for passenger car, MPV and SUV or 4x4 tyres. By 2015, production capacity will have grown to 5 million tyre per year and the number of employees to around 1,500. Company profile. The vision of TTM is to transfer TTM to be world-class tyre manufacturer that supply high-quality product to its customer worldwide. The mission of TTM is first, strengthening human capital development by cultivating total employee participation program. Second is committed to strive for operational excellence via 4 best manufacturing principles. These 4 BMP will endeavour their journey to achieve operational excellence, which is safety, quality and productivity SQV, stock, call and weight SCW, Gemba, Genbutsu and Genjitsu 3G, and lastly Siri, Seton, Seiso, Seketsu, Shitsuke 5S. The 5S Kaizen is Siri, which is salt, Seton, straighten, Seiso, shine, Seketsu, standardize, and lastly Shitsuke, sustain. Kakigaku. Kakigaku is an acronym for Kanan, Kiri, Kanan, Go. This is the practice of crossing the crosswalk in production area of TTM. The TTM staff need to do this step before crossing. Firstly is stop, second check right, third check left, fourth check right, and lastly if there no vehicle proceed to cross. Process flow of tire making. First, raw material will go to mixing process and then it will send to preparation process. After that, it will send to tire building process, and after that the tire will send to curing process, and lastly the tire will go to quality finishing. Duty as a trainee. My duty as a trainee is to do MV and MS test, heat loss test, inspecting production spec, CTA analysis, documentation and analyzing data. For MV and MS test, this is a machine used in the lab, but due to private and confidential policy of the TTM, we cannot show the real image of the machine in the lab. So the purpose of MV and MS test is to determine the money viscosity of compound. Second is to determine the money scotch time of compound. Procedure of MV test. Firstly, take out the rotor from money viscometer machine and then cut the sample rubber or compound into pieces of average 11 gram. Put the plastic with hole first in the rotor and then put the rubber or compound in the rotor followed by another plastic with hole. And then fill the information of rubber or compound in the setting before testing. And then put the rotor back in the machine at the top of rotor. The plastic with no hole is put in another pieces of rubber or compound with plastic with no hole. Lastly, press button close. The test will take about 6 minutes in 100 degrees Celsius. Procedure of MS test. Firstly, take out the rotor from money viscometer machine and put in plastic with hole into the rotor. And then cut the sample rubber or compound into pieces of average 11 gram and put it in the rotor followed by another plastic with hole. Set the machine to Scotch mode. Fill the information of rubber or compound before testing. And then put the rotor back into the machine. Put another pieces of rubber or compound with the plastic with no hole. Lastly, press button close. This MS test will take about 30 minutes in 125 degrees Celsius. For heat loss test, the purpose is usually used to test the heat loss of rubber, carbon black and chemical. Heat loss of the raw material must in the range that has been set before the raw material released to the mixing department. Inspection production spec is to check production spec to see any revised update and follow up inside work extruder, 3 extruder and building machine. This is tire building machine, which is we call is as atom. And then scan, rename and filing. The purpose is to preserve the data collected in previous tests and information of the department. That's all from me. Thank you.